Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Hero Twisting World. It is showtime on this one right over here. Hey, you over here. You, Adam, Grayskull.
I'm not looking at whatever you're showing.
Grayskull.
Me.
Grayskull, my man.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Oh man.
Something happens in the middle of the night.
Come on, get robbed.
What's the? Hey, do you think they're gonna rob me? Nah, I'd point them towards your bunk.
It's kind of hard to fall asleep because there's a lot of work going on in the campus right now. Specifically, throughout the night, you have 5 idiots pulling fish out of a lake.
My goodness.
That takes...
Disturbing
like
you to rest.
1,000 feet away.
It is, but there's a lot of walking around.
Fish out of a lake.
It's a lot of walking around, and there's a lot of people curious about it in the dorm.
That's us, if you remember.
Yes, I know.
That's you guys.
How are you
Cole,
guys fishing?
With their hands.
With their hands? You couldn't
Yeah.
just fish normally?
No, they don't have a pole.
Actually, fishing with your hands is a normal technique. It's called noodling.
I know. It's called noodling, but
yes.
it's not, recommended. These fish don't act like normal fish. Noodling probably wouldn't work on them.
They
They might like to suck on fingers.
They go backwards. How are they gonna suck on it? They can't get to you.
They go backwards.
They literally can't get to your finger.
But, okay, listen. Noodling is a perfectly normal strategy. Have you seen Guilty from Nikkei? She fishes with her hands all the time.
I'm sure that Yoi from the Naruto universe fishes with her hands as well.
Yes, she does.
In another way. She just impales the fish.
With her hand, yes.
With her hand.
Man, we need to...
Domes a fish every time it comes by.
With a rock. That's why she's training rock throwing.
Oh my god, it makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense.
Either way,
Kill the fish.
there's a lot of people curious about that, so you hear a lot of people walking around by your window. And eventually, after this time, you hear your roommate finally come in. And go to sleep.
Sopping wet hands and feet.
Basically, Cole, after you don't really find anything on the rooftop, but you guys dig fish out of the lake for a while, and your roommate seems to be still awake.
We didn't find anything like the little thump that something fell on the rooftop.
Nope, nothing. Not even a mark. But
that's weird.
During up until midnight of that night, you guys kind of did what the counselor said. You fished fish out of the lake. In total, there were 39 fish in there.
Dear Lord.
39 weird fish. Way more than you calculated before. And finally, you and your roommate are able to get some sleep. Except you don't. Because in the midst of the night...
Does it go on lockdown?
No.
No.
In the midst of the night, I would like both of you to make me a perception roll at disadvantage.
Oh, because we're sleeping.
Yes.
It is a little weird that you are allowed to roll perception while you were actually sleeping.
Yeah, but the unconscious status effect says it allows you to, so whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's weird.
How awake are you?
Because you also only have disadvantage on strength and dex checks as well. You don't just autofill them.
Which seems strange. You would think it would be paralyzed, but I guess you're not technically paralyzed. Whatever. Ready? Go. Roll it.
Hold on.
Ready? Okay.
Yep, exactly what I thought it was. I got a 17.
Very nice. Alright. Cole?
Yeah, I rolled a 11 and 14. Not bad.
Probably gonna be
Bad.
2.
You got 2.
I have 7.
7. Okay. Let me go over what happens. So, Yeah, you were completely out. But luckily enough, you just have a
Snap.
barrier permanently around you.
He's working. He worked so hard. He worked so hard, you know.
Yeah, up
He
until
just- he's so
midnight.
tired.
I had to really catch this fish.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Especially for me, that's,
I mean-
that's a very difficult task to catch fish.
I mean, I will say catching like 40 fish in a day.
that's a
That
lot.
probably was a little bit of hard work, especially since you were doing it with your hands and no equipment.
Yeah, only a diving tank.
Especially me doing it with my hands.
Yeah,
Yeah, with you doing it with your hands.
that's just the issue. So, oh my god, imagine if he tried to fish with a fishing pole. That shit would be hilarious.
The fish try to go for the bait and they can't reach it for 6 seconds.
We're just stuck there. So, okay. The DC is 10.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I absolutely hear this.
You are woken up by something in the middle of the night, Adam. In
I'm
the
just
midst.
so agile and alert.
What does agile have to do with this?
Well, that's my whole build.
I guess so. In the midst of the night, you were woken up by something very faint, but there. It sounds like a gunshot. From a gun you were unsure about.
Okay. I probably couldn't tell direction, could I?
That you could with a would you get a 17?
Yeah, I got a 17. It's pretty good.
I'll show you where it is, where it kind of came from. It came from like over here-ish on the other side of the parking lot.
Swear to God, if my car just
Um,
got shot, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, somebody just got executed in the parking lot. Is there any way that I could find a vantage point that I could just see straight there?
Well, you'd have to like climb up a few flights of stairs, but you could get like on top of the building and look.
I'll do that.
Okay. So, climbing up a big set of stairs real quick, you quickly get your way out, move up. Okay, Cole?
Yes.
Make me another one. There's a second gunshot.
Dude, who is lighting a motherfucker up right now?
It's also,
Absolutely hear this.
now that you are awake and you hear this, Adam, this is not any normal gunshot. It doesn't sound like a gun firing. It sounds like... No, fucking asleep. Dead asleep. Adam, you get to the rooftop. It doesn't sound like a normal gun. It sounds like... Okay, you ever seen a Tunguska before?
A Tunguska.
A Tunguska
No, I could
anti-aircraft
not
gun.
say. I
You
could
ever-
not say it. No, I could not say that I've seen that before.
Okay, so basically, it sounds less like a gun firing and more like a missile going off, like a missile being launched and then no explosion afterwards. It's like a...
Bitches love cannons.
Yeah, that's insane.
You get to the
This might
rooftop,
just be somebody's
Quark.
work.
You get to the rooftop, and there's a third gunshot when you get up there. Make me another perception roll, Cole. It's your last chance.
Wakey, wakey.
Oh,
He just has to roll an 8.
no.
No. That's
He-
insane. He got a 19 on one of those too. That's
His
unfortunate.
barrier's blocking the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's not how that works.
totally. No, I imagine he's just super deep under the blankets and he's so exhausted. But you get up to the top and you're able to see the parking lot is
I
very...
already solved one murder today. I already discovered one murder on US grounds today. You can handle
Don't
it.
worry. Yeah, I got it. I got the next one.
You can see the map, right, Adam?
Yes.
Right here, you see something. Right on this, right across the parking lot, on this sidewalk, you see something. You see two people. You can't make their faces out or anything. Do you have like low light vision or dark vision?
No, I do not.
Okay. You can't make their faces out or see them in any way, but you can see their silhouettes. There is a very short not very short, but maybe like 5-foot-ish, maybe a little bit above 5-foot person standing over a 9-foot person with some sort of gun. And
the person standing up has the gun, or
the person standing up. This person standing up has the gun, and the person who is like 9 feet tall is on the ground and like slowly backing away. You can also faintly hear something. If you'd like to make me another perception check to see what's being said.
Okay. $17 again.
Holy shit, yeah, you hear this. You can hear the person on the ground is saying something. You can hear the following. No, listen. I was just doing my job. Please, spare me. Please. You can't do this. You can't do this. I beg of you. Listen, just throw me in prison. Anything but death. And then they start choking on something as the person, the other silhouette, puts the gun in their mouth. And you just see a bright flash, and then everything goes quiet. There's no, like, gunshot noise. It's very muffled.
So, that's another murder on UA grounds. That's
Bro, it's
great.
not even it's negative. It's day -6.
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
what time is it? It might be just day -7 still.
No, it's past midnight. Cole got here at midnight. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, somebody tried to assassinate a student. I mean, they kind of deserved it.
And you see the person on the ground stops moving, and then you witness the person, the smaller silhouette, begins to chop up their body and put it into a bag, 3 bags, clean up the blood, and carry their chopped body up.
I'll go over there.
As they're doing this?
Yes.
Okay, they don't stop you. So, you don't recognize this individual. Actually, no, you would, because you were fully informed of the school.
Yeah.
The counselor is over here chopping a man into pieces.
Okay.
So the counselor has like a big fucking revolver on her hip that doesn't even look like it fires normal bullets. It's like a massive revolver about the size of like 3 of her hands.
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
And she is bent over, and there is a man in front of her who is like half man, half shark. His head is gone. It's just all over the ground in front of her, and she is chopping off one of his legs right now with a cleaver and beginning to put him into bags. As she looks at you and says, hello, student. I'm just doing some work for the principal.
Yeah, I could see. What was that, attempted assassination?
Yeah, somebody was looking to kill one of you guys, so I decided to take him out.
I thought so.
There are perks to not being a
do that
hero. Whenever a villain gets a little bit too pushy with the school, yeah. I say.
So you're not a hero?
No. I am certainly not. This will just be chalked up to self-defense.
I mean, it definitely was.
I mean, we're in
On the
America,
grounds of
so
another
we're gonna
individual.
stand the ground.
Well, it's self-defense of another individual is still capable. You can still claim that. So if it was obviously an assassination on somebody she's supposed to protect, she's definitely allowed to do that.
Anyways, you want to help me?
Sure.
We got to make old chum here into chum.
Alright. I've seen my own fair share of dead bodies. This is nothing.
So, you help her chop this body up. She has a second cleaver on her, so it works.
Extra cleaver, just in case one of the children want to help me chop up this body.
Yep.
Not that in case the other one gets dull.
Nothing about team building says, disposing of a murder.
So this
together.
man is very odd. It doesn't matter who he is anymore. He's dead. His head is
Not
gone.
alive. Yeah.
but he was a very big man. He was very muscular and very large. I'd compare him to Killer Croc. But instead of a crocodile, he's a shark.
Shark.
He had no idea.
King Shark.
Kind of.
King Shark is a shark.
Kinda.
King Shark is a shark man.
Oh, no, okay, so you haven't seen that movie.
King Shark is a shark.
Yeah, there's a Suicide Squad movie where King Shark literally only says King Shark is a shark the entire time until him and Boomerang are about to die, and then he goes, "It's been an honor fighting by your side." And Boomerang looks at him and is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
King Shark is a shark.
Like, literally, they're in the middle of a fight, and like, as he's killing shit, he's going, "King Shark is a shark. King Shark is a shark," over and over again.
Yeah,
I could get down to that.
Kind of like him,
creepy.
except he's much more. This person was much more humanoid, and she chops him up. You help her, and she says, "Thanks a lot. What's your name?" She says, lifting the 3 duffel bags over her shoulders.
My name's Adam.
Adam. Okay, she says with a smile. Nice to meet you, Adam. Here, follow me. I'll give you a bit of a reward. I gotta take this guy to the incinerator.
Oh, you guys have to have dead bodies a lot, I see, with an incinerator needed.
Yeah, a lot of villains try and mess with the school, so she smiles.
That makes sense.
The principal left it up to me to make sure any principal threats or any threats of the students are properly dealt with. That is why a person who's not part of the Heroes Association is on school grounds.
That makes sense to me.
Plus, he gave me this, she says, holding the gigantic revolver.
Yeah, how much did that cost? That thing's huge.
It's not actually a gun either.
What?
It's a gyrojet pistol.
Ooh, I was wondering why it sounded like, I don't know. Not a gun.
It's a very advanced rocket launcher, basically, with no explosive warhead. Real nice, she says.
That's... I need to get me one of those.
Anyways, she brings you down to underneath the nurse's ward.
Okay.
She swipes her card. The head nurse is not here, but she walks you down into the basement. In the basement is a pretty big room with a bunch of incinerators. There's like 4 incinerators down here.
Okay.
And she just throws them in and burns him to a crisp. And she says...
No, that's all he deserves.
Yeah. He's a villain. What else are we supposed to do?
I expect nothing more.
Okay, America's policy on villains. Go ahead and kill them.
That's not their policy on villains. But
If you can, why not?
it's not normally their policy on villains, but that's why she's not a hero.
They're not gonna say no.
Because,
Somebody's got to do the dirty work, as
someone's
they
got
say.
to do the dirty work. So, she says, too bad we couldn't eat him. I love shark.
That's a little bit insane, but
That's a bit much.
that's
Anyways.
a bit much.
She goes over to a sink in the corner and begins to say, here, bleach
Wash
your
your hands
hands. Bleach your hands over
Yeah,
here.
I thought so.
It's quite
I'll
important.
do it.
And she says, come here one sec, I got something for you. She pulls her coat aside and reveals a small satchel on her hip. And she reaches into it and pulls out the mightiest thing of all a counselor can ever give you.
Lollipop?
Gold
She-
star.
She pulls out a lollipop
Yeah, I knew it.
and hands it to you and says, there you go. Nice to meet you,
What
Adam.
flavor?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Oh. Is it flat?
It's skittled.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay.
It's got some gum in the middle. And she says, there you go. Thanks, Adam. I really appreciate it. He was big.
He was pretty large. I was very confused to see one man standing, one man laying on the ground, twice the size.
Yeah, first thing I did was shot him in the leg.
Yeah, I saw that you needed 3 shots at least to get him down.
Yeah, he was pretty rough. Anyways, so, what class are you in?
1A.
Oh, you're in 1A. Very nice, very nice.
Yep.
I was working with some people from 1A today.
Yeah, you'll probably be sent to kill me sometime, though.
Okay, why? What have you done?
Unfortunately exist. That's how they say it, at least.
She like looks off into space for a second and says, I understand you.
Yeah, you see my quirk is, the giver. So,
very
the
nice.
Heroes Association doesn't like that very much. They don't think so. So, at some point I'm sure I'll be, targeted. But, you know.
Listen. She says, putting a wet hand on your shoulder. Listen.
Thankfully, it's not a bloody wet hand on my shoulder now.
Yes.
It's just a bleach, which means that my red hoodie will be a little bit pink there. Thank you.
Yes. Pink is a man's color, after all. But she looks at you and she says, listen. In this world, in the world you're living in right now, over here in America, the Heroes Association has a real hard time wrangling us in, alright?
What does that mean?
As
Who's
in,
us?
People like you and me. People they don't want to exist.
How are you involved in that?
You might know my mom. Or my dad.
Who?
Well, can't disclose their information, but let's just say they're both heroes from the Heroes Association. That's why I work in the school.
Oh.
Although I was unfortunate.
That's gotta be rough, your parents not wanting you to exist.
Yeah. Hey, some people are just unlucky and they don't get a quirk. But it's
Are you
bad
rooting for Sarah?
Oh, of course. We not only do we share the same dilemma, we share the same name. Plus, he seems like a
You
good
can
kid.
now only call
I
her by
seem
her
to
first name.
only run into Sarah named characters.
It seems, yes.
Both characters that I have been the only person to interact with were named Sarah.
Indeed.
Both of which don't have a quirk.
Both of
Yes.
which this might just be the same person.
And secretly, yes. Maybe. So,
Yeah, Sarah just hit one growth spurt.
and turns out Sarah was
Secret
just a
quirk.
girl the whole
It turns out
time.
Sarah actually really was a woman the whole time.
Damn, no one could tell. So,
There's a law in reality that no Sarahs can have a quirk.
That's gotta be horrible.
That's
that
so
is
bad.
just somebody else's quirk at play.
Yeah, someone's got a quirk that says no one named Sarah can possess a quirk.
That's the
Oh
name
my god,
of the
imagine
quirk.
being
I wonder
born
what it
before that
does.
person and then that fucking rule comes about.
your quirk just
Your
disappears.
quirk just goes away.
Like, what the fuck?
So, she says, so don't worry about it. The Heroes Association has a real hard time wrangling in anything in America. Their influence isn't quite as strong over here, so we can do shit like this and get rid of a villain off the streets without having him escape prison anytime soon. He's not going to escape the prison we put him in.
Hey, you know, it's weird though. That Sarah kid, I think he has a quirk.
Hmm? Why do you say that?
Well, you know, my quirk is the capability of making a quirk and giving it to other people. I gave Sarah 2, but another part of my quirk is that I can retrieve the quirk afterwards. I couldn't retrieve either of those quirks from him. They just disappeared.
Well, that's odd.
It was, extremely weird. And he even went to the doctors and he found out that his body wasn't housing a quirk.
The anti-quirk equation.
Yeah, I think he has somewhat of an anti-quirk.
Well, if he does, it'll surely reveal itself in time, because this school puts you through some of the most intensive training of all time. I'm sure you found out, considering...
Really?
What? She opens her
Okay.
phone. You have 4 visits to the nurse's office today?
Oh no, that was me putting myself through hellish training, you see. Might as well take matters into my own hands.
Well, good luck. If you ever need to talk to me about anything, I'm always here. I am the counselor, after all, and the executioner, and the security guard until the next few days.
Judge and the executioner, I see.
Indeed. I'm
Well-
Judge, Judy, and executioner.
You know,
Fall down a
I'll
flight.
just say this: if there's anybody I would rather kill me, probably be you.
Oh, don't worry. I promise I will never kill you. I only kill bad people.
That makes sense. But if you want, I could just give you a quirk, or you might be like the prideful other Sarah that I know.
No, that would be bad for the school's reputation. The only way I'm able to get away with this now is because I don't have a quirk. So the world looks at me like, I was just defending myself and I got lucky.
Yeah, but would they really say anything? Because they're already planning on defending the kids. I mean, what do they plan on doing? Just letting the villain get past and get to the children first?
They won't get far. I'll just kill him anyways.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Exactly.
she reloads the weapon. She fired 4 rounds, so she dumps 4 rounds out of there. She puts these tiny little rockets inside of the cylinder.
Yeah, how big are these cartridges?
Yes.
About this, because they're not actually very large. They just have a shit
The
ton of.
size of your forearm.
No, the gun itself. So the gun is about like a foot long, a little bit more than a foot, like a foot and a half long, and about
Goodness gracious.
half a foot wide. Right.
How
at
are
the
you
grip.
capable of wielding that, dude? That would break your wrist.
And it doesn't actually have any. It doesn't have any recoil.
Oh, okay.
She says, looking at you, it doesn't actually have recoil, kid. The hammer just ignites the little rockets inside of it and they go off by themselves. There's not actually an explosion.
No, there should still be
pretty cool.
recoil from that.
It's pretty
Something's
cool.
gotta get back blast.
Here, check it out. You want to shoot it?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take it out into the shooting range. I'll show you.
Okay.
Very irresponsible fucking counselor.
No, I'm pretty sure that's pretty responsible. I basically have no quirk. I basically have no quirk at range, so I mean, I need to get a gun anyways.
So, she takes you to the shooting range. As you walk, she says, I've been working here for a while now. This is a nice place. I think you'll like it while you're staying here. Hey, you never know. Maybe one day you'll be in these halls, but not as a student, as a teacher.
No.
No? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that would make it way too easy for them to kill me.
I'm not gonna
I
kill
think that
you.
would probably make it harder.
Don't worry.
No, it would make it very easy because they would know where I am at all times.
Yeah,
So
but
long
you're
as you
under
don't
UA
go-
protection.
So long as you don't go to Japan, you should be alright.
Well, but how can I deny the ability to go to Japan?
It is
I
a
won't
nice
let this
place I
ability
hear.
limit me.
Although it might not be too nice for me specifically, though.
Yeah, they've got a lot of social status things going on over there. It's not very pleasant if you're at the bottom of the food chain.
Yeah. Hey. We just proved that we're not. We just killed the apex predator. We're at the very top.
Some people could argue that humans are the apex predator.
He was a shark and a human. Both. Fuck it.
He was
He's-
both. He is basically the predator.
Like a 2-for-1. Now fire that pistol, she says, bringing you to the shooting range. It's a standard shooting range.
Fire that pistol.
What you would think of. She says, there's not really a kick back to it. Have you ever fired a crossbow?
No.
It has recoil like a crossbow. There's no kickback. There's no recoil. It just kicks forwards. It tries to throw you with it.
Okay. That's... oh my gosh. That's scary.
It's not too rough. Don't worry about it. Just ready, aim, and fire.
I ready...
Do you have firearm proficiency?
I do not.
What is your strength?
+2.
Alright, roll 1d20 plus 2.
It's a strength-based weapon?
It is a two-handed strength weapon, yes.
That is horrible. Can I still take the aim action, though?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Plus 2.
14.
Yeah, you hit the target. AC 10. Could you roll some damage? The damage on this weapon is 6d12 plus 20.
It's insane.
And if you roll...
44.
Alright, now roll me a 1d10 plus a 1d6. It auto does critical effects.
Oh my gosh! Alright. If it would load, 3 and a 7.
You hit the target near the side of it, and it blasts a huge chunk off the side of this target, scattering it to the wind. And yeah, what she says is right. It doesn't really have a recoil. It just kicks forwards really hard as the rocket reaches terminal velocity in the barrel, keep in mind, and starts going faster than terminal velocity, and eventually hits the side of this thing and just causes a huge hole to go right out of it. And she says, see? It's pretty good. So, she takes the gun back and she says, now, you should watch this shit. This is what I've been trained to do right here. Watch this. She's going to activate I Kill With My Heart.
What?
She's going to activate I Kill With My Heart.
What does that do?
It allows her to take any weapon that is considered a handgun, a two-handed strength weapon, or a non-magazine fed belt weapon, and immediately make as many attacks with disadvantage as there are rounds in the chamber.
Oh my gosh. She puts this pistol at her side and Western style draws it, shoots all 6 shots.
There we go. She does, yes. Hit, 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 all of them hit, yeah. So she slinks it back.
20! Dude, this thing explodes!
She slinks it back into the case and then quickly redraws it, fanning the hammer as she does so. And the rockets, they actually travel faster than a normal bullet, right?
Yeah.
They travel much faster than normal bullets, so this shit quickly, it's like a line. It's just a line of rockets she fires out of this thing as she shoots them really quick, fanning the hammer, and this thing, the target is gone. It just fucking explodes from all this.
Yeah, she net 20'd and everything.
And she spins it in her hand, opens the chamber. Another really good thing about this gun is it doesn't leave a cartridge. She flips.
Once you fire, you just pop in more.
Yeah, she flips open the chamber. She has like a small speed loader she pulls out, shoves the new ones in there, slowly closes it, and puts it back on her belt, and says, "Alright, kid, well, I am freaking tired as hell. I need to get some sleep." So yeah.
Well, it was nice meeting you. It seems as though I have a lot to learn from you.
Indeed. Remember, no matter what anyone says, psychology is not a poor people science.
Most people just think that it's not a science at all.
They're wrong. They're just dumb.
This is true.
You ever heard of a savant?
Yeah.
That's what they are. So yeah, she walks away.
Okay. I go back to my bed.
You fall back asleep. Holy shit. What a night. And Cole is still asleep.
I'm like, damn, bro, 4 shots?
Right where you left him. Is he like, how does Cole sleep? Is he like, does he snore, or is he like Yoy where he looks just dead? Like, how does he sleep?
Cole probably he probably sleeps very still, because his barrier is always active, meaning if he moves in the wrong way, he could like just throw shit around his room.
That is true, yes.
He always has to stop himself if he has set an alarm.
That is also true, yes.
Because
It slams the alarm.
He can't touch it.
So, you guys go back to bed. All of you do, in fact. All of you.
By the way, did I just like not hear this? Because my room is like directly beside theirs.
Yours is a little bit farther away. It's not quite right next to theirs. Yours is 2 rooms down, but yes. Yours is 2 rooms down.
Okay, well, did I still just like not hear this at all?
No, because the fucking parking building is in the way of your room.
Oh.
It would really muffle the noise because it's a massive ass building in the way. The spare parts building. So,
She didn't seem to have a suppressor on it or anything, right?
no, but the gun itself is just pretty quiet naturally. That's why I said you can faintly hear it, even though it was a gun being fired like, you know, less than
Not that far away from me.
2,000 feet from you. So, with all this said and done, you guys wake up in the morning. The morning sucks. Mostly because UA has an alarm set for all of you. A school-wide alarm. Ready?
Trumpets.
Yes, that is exactly what plays.
We're in an army camp.
No.
You didn't sign into UA.
You just signed into the U.S. military. It's our premium recruitment
kids with
program.
cool quirks. That is pretty insane, though. I wonder, like the military has to be just filled with people with just like gun quirks and quirks that just kill people like immediately.
Pretty much.
Going to war has to be fucking terrifying.
And most wars don't happen nowadays, you know?
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, they would find it terrifying to go to war. Probably actually a lot more peaceful.
Speaking of war, let me tell you what happens. There's an alarm that is set, but it doesn't wake you guys up, it is only for the rest of the school. Kind of a bell to tell everyone to get their asses in gear. Unfortunately, it's redundant right now because there are no fucking kids, but...
There's no classes.
You guys wake up on your own time. I would say Cole probably wakes up way later than you do, Adam Grayskull. So, Adam Grayskull, you wake up in the morning. Your body feels weird. It feels like someone broke it a little bit. You also still smell like fish.
Why do I smell like fish?
Because you had this man's blood all over you.
Yeah, the bleach will keep that smell off me.
It's a
You,
very
ch-
fishy
chopped him
smelling
up.
room.
you chopped him up into pieces with a cleaver.
Yeah. Who cares about that? Light work.
You know, okay.
It's to
Whatever.
chop pigs like you up all the time on the farm.